guys, it's Gamer Ahmer here. So we're back with another collecting tips video. This is going to be talking about some amazing collecting tips on going for full and complete libraries. So right here, I have a special guest in the game room.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy, VideoGameVotary. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Definitely, because I know that you're going for a full Wii library, and
Yes.
you've even done the Wii U.
Yes, that's true. Yep.
So
Completed.
how do you even get into something like that? What makes you want to go for full sets?
My decision on going for a Wii U library, well, I looked at the total number of games. It's like 164 at the time. So honestly, that was my lead point. So that's what I went with. And I also felt like it wasn't really sought after. I felt like it was cheap. That was my decision. So I ran with it and successful. Now it's super popular now. So I was happy that I got it ahead of the curve.
And that's how I feel with the N64 library. There weren't too many of the games, and at the time when I started collecting, Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut I got for like $100. And now you could see how these prices just keep going up.
Yes,
You know, so it's
absolutely.
just, it's insane. But so what you're saying is, you know, you kind of go off of like how many are in a particular set, popularity, and like price points.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Depends on if you want to be more mindful of how much you're spending, availability, also the timing as well. You know, if you're clearancing out, that's really a good time to collect and, you know, decide on that. Or it could just be personal preference. You may just feel nostalgic about a particular system and you go off of that. Or, you know, if you just like that particular console, you can focus on that. And for me, with the Wii, 1,274 games is insane. But my thought process was, a lot of these games with shovelware should be pretty cheap, and I don't think anyone's going after the Nintendo Wii. So that was my decision for that collection.
Yeah, because that's definitely one. There are so many great titles on there.
Yeah.
And you could still probably find a lot of those, like, you know, filler shovelware titles for a lot, you know, of a lesser price point.
Yes, yes.
Now, how do you find, like, the research on so many of the different games, the different variants, you know, things like that? How do you go into, like, collecting something like that?
Okay, so you always want to utilize internet and just kind of doing search on as far as if people have done it before, if they have lists. A lot of times in Reddit, they'll have lists. So you do your research to try to find those. Also, what I tend to do, I'll go on YouTube and look to see if any content creators have done it and kind of see, if, you know, do research within the video to find out how they came about their list. What are, like you said, if there's any variants, if I want to do that portion of it, you know, so basically just kind of doing research, contacting other collectors that's done it before, and, you know, really going off of that trial and error.
Yeah, I think that's something that's definitely a great standpoint. As I'm going for a full Super Nintendo set, you know, it's like, it's hard because as you're going through this, you're learning more and more about the different variants, the different, you know, for me, I love the displays and stuff. So now I'm trying to see what displays they have out there. So of course, that's what you got to do is you got to, you know, connect with other people who have done it before, other people who have some sort of things that you're trying to hunt for.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, you just want to find deals and you want to see those different research tactics, you know, when you're finding like cheaper alternatives for these.
Absolutely. And you also just want to try to shop for the best deal possible. So especially if you want to try to buy in lots, get big bulks, take what you need, sell the extras, sell the doubles, try to get money, put it right back into the collection. That's a good way to fund the collection as well.
Yeah, I think that's definitely key too. As you're going through, you know, you don't want to just keep shoveling out all this money. If there's something that you're not really a fan of or something that you don't particularly like, or you have doubles of things, use that to your full advantage to grow your collection. I saw that, you know, you went to some of these video game conventions, you do a bunch of different trade-ins, and you come back with like bags and bags of games, you know, all at one time. I'm sure that you get those bundle deals when you do that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the more you buy, the more likely the seller is to give you a good deal. So definitely want to buy in bulk. That's definitely a suggestion. Okay, so speaking of complete collections, you've already completed the Nintendo 64 set and you're currently going for another set, which is the Super Nintendo. So how's that process been?
So this one is a little bit more challenging than what I expected because there are just so many more games compared to some of the smaller sets that I have completed. So this one, we're of course in this time where everything is just so expensive.
Yes.
The prices are going up. You don't really see a lot of those like cartridge-based games. You see more of like the disc-based games, especially at thrift stores, flea markets, yard sales.
Right.
So this one has been a little bit more challenging for me. So I'm just kind of going at like this slow and steady pace.
Okay.
So I think if I keep at the pace that I'm going, I should be able to, you know, like successfully go through this without overpaying and overspending. Right. So that's something that, you know, is definitely a work in progress. It's something that I really enjoy. And I'm sure that, as you know, there are some challenges along the way trying to hunt out certain games as you get closer to, you know, completing the set. So like, as you try and go through these sets, what are those challenging times that you kind of face?
So the challenges are the trends, the price trends in the game. So they can go up and go down. So it's kind of trying to navigate it. It's a little hard to navigate that, but you definitely want to pay attention to the price trends to see when it's increasing, and also do your research to see what's rare, to find out if, especially if you see it for a decent price, try to get that. Do you want to attack that first? So all of that, I feel like, plays a role into how you're going to approach your on the road to completion. And
I think that's very important too, because when I'm out and about at certain game stores that I frequent, I like to look for that game that I did not see the last time. Maybe it's one that they don't have like 5 or 10 copies of. It's one that they just got in, and that thing may go pretty quick. So sometimes I like to just jump into that, and I'm starting to see that a little bit more with my collection. So if you guys enjoy this type of like collection style and everything else, make sure you guys follow me on my journey of collecting the Super Nintendo set, and make sure you guys pop over to his channel, because he is going, just tell him what you're doing.
I am currently hunting the complete North American library for the Nintendo Wii. So, yes, we got a journey ahead, 1,274 games, but I'm down for it.
So make sure you guys stop over to his channel. Does some great, amazing collecting stuff. And of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out my other videos and stay tuned for more.